Please describe your job title and primary duties with Kroger.
I was a bagger, which basically means that I would just bag the groceries at the end of the registers, and then I would offer to help the customers out to their car. And if they accepted, then you would go out and you would load up their cars, and you would grab the carts that were out there, and you would push them back into the store. And that's basically what you would do all day. Occasionally, you would clean the restrooms, but other than that, that's about it.
What was the work environment like at Kroger?
It was pretty relaxed. Everyone was equal there. There's a union. It's unionized, so everyone is pretty much on the same level as far as seniority and authority goes. There's just store managers and supervisors, and then everyone else underneath them. So it's pretty relaxed and equal.
What was your favorite part about working for Kroger?
My favorite part about working at Kroger was probably the people I worked with. Everyone there was, like I say, they were laid back, and it was there wasn't a whole lot of drama that went on, and we had a lot of fun when we were doing our job. And I think that environment made it easier to shop with because there wasn't so much tense attitudes in the store environment.
Please describe a typical day as a Kroger store associate.
Well, if you were the closing bagger, you would go in at night, and your shift would start around 6 and end around 10 or midnight. And you would push in the carts off the lot, and you would put them on the side of the store. And then you would just change all the trash bags and clean the restrooms at night. And then if you open, your shift would start at 7 and run till about 11 or 3. And then you would come in and you would clean all 4 of the restrooms, both the employees and the customer restrooms. And then you would fill all the bag racks on the day, and then around 9, your first help would get there. So then after that, you're pretty much just bagging groceries for the rest of the day.
How would you describe the application and interview process with Kroger?
You apply online, and then they have things set in their application that if it conflicts with their policies, then you get a red flag on your application and they don't consider it. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to get your application to meet what they're looking for. And once you do that, then they call you in for a store interview. And then after they call you in for the store interview, you meet with the person in charge of hiring, and they just ask you questions. And it's a pretty casual interview. There's not a whole lot of pressure into it.
What should an applicant wear to the Kroger job interview?
A good attire for the interview would just be like casual clothes, nicer, but you don't need a suit or a tie by any means. Just nice pants and a nice button-up shirt or a polo shirt.
What questions did the interviewer ask during the job interview?
They asked me about just what I did on my spare time, or like it was more personal stuff about what kind of person you were and if you're good with people, because if you work in the front of the store, you have to deal with the customers, and your whole job basically is customer service. So it was more about your personality and how well you handled things. Education wasn't huge because a lot of times at the front of the store, you don't need a higher education for it. And then for the back of the store, it's all about your physical ability and what you can do as far as lifting and packing, and if you can keep things in order. So that was all about labor oriented. And then after your interview process, they decide if they're going to keep you, if they're going to put you in the front where your people skills are better, or if they're going to put you in the back where you're better at labor.
What do you think was the deciding factor that got you the job at Kroger?
I think, like I said, it was about my personality and about being able to engage in customer interaction and customer service. And then after that, they kind of decide where they want to put you. So I think that it was probably my personality that got me the job in the front rather than the job in the back.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment with Kroger?
When you just go into the interview process, just be yourself and be the person that you want to be, because if you go in and you pretend that you are good with people or that you are good at customer service, then it's not going to be a very enjoyable job for you because it's something that you deal with day in and day out. And I saw a lot of people that weren't very good with customers up front, and they didn't really enjoy their job. So in order to enjoy your job there, you have to be truly involved with people, be able to be involved with people.